Alright, yo, we need to talk about this new Spider-Man movie because it was pretty incredible. Now, I just want to preface this video by saying there's obviously not going to be any spoilers in here because, some of us didn't really get the chance to see the movie yet, so that's perfectly fine. You can do that in your own time. I'm just going to be basically giving off my general thoughts on this movie, what I thought of it going into it, and just kind of what I got out of it without going into any kind of spoilers or anything. However, for those who have seen the movie, all I'm going to say is you better get into the nooks and crannies and, clean up the cobwebs in the corner of your room, alright? Because it does get dusty up there, alright? Let me tell you. But anyway, let's get into this movie, man. Now, I know I got some gameplay of Miles Morales in the background. I was just too lazy to install the regular Spider-Man game. This is the only one I had on my console at the time. So, just let it be, bro. Just let it be, alright? It's Miles Morales. It's still Spider-Man. Enjoy the gameplay, bro. Enjoy it, alright? That's it. So, the movie. This thing was pretty incredible. Let's just get right into it in terms of superhero movies and how good this actually is. Now, a lot of people have been out there saying that this is the downright best superhero movie that they've ever seen. And you know what? That could be a conversation. However, in my personal opinion, I still don't believe that it is. My favorite superhero movie is either Infinity War or Endgame still, alright? Still. However, this is undoubtedly the best Spider-Man movie that has ever released, and arguably the best movie that came out this year. Honestly, I don't really remember any movies that came out before, and this one just takes the cake for me. So honestly, this probably is the best movie that has come out this year so far, and it's crushing the box office, by the way. I think it racked up, 50 mil on Thursday in previews, and then 200 mil on Friday, today, in opening day, which is incredible for that film. Going into this thing, I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't look at any of the leaks online. I didn't really have any particular care for them, just because I wanted to experience it all on the screen. The only thing that I saw were the trailers and the movie posters, and that's pretty much about it. Now, in terms of what I got, I have to say I was pleasantly surprised because a lot of what I thought was going to happen didn't happen at all. Judging based off of other films that have come out this year, I really had this fear for Spider-Man. Because in the trailers, we got this mashup of villains, right? All these past villains from different Spider-Man eras all coming in because of the whole multiverse bullshit, right? And you just have, an influx of villains that Spider-Man is kind of tasked with at once. And I thought that this movie is going to, throw out a bunch of shit at us really fast, and we're not going to have time to process it. But pleasantly, to my surprise, I was not actually overwhelmed with this movie at all during any one point during my viewing. I've really enjoyed it thoroughly. I had time to, suck in, or not suck. I just had time to, kind of like absorb this information and, just kind of relax a little bit and enjoy the movie as it should be seen. This is a problem I feel like Venom 2 Let There Be Carnage had, which is why I kind of had a little bit of worry when I went into this film, just because that Venom 2 movie, bro, I'm not going to even lie with you, I kind of did not like it. Like, it just threw so much shit at us so fast, and the movie was just like, it's like basically having a blender, throwing in a little bit of crystal meth, a little bit of coke, and a little bit of Adderall, blending all that, and then sipping it down like a protein shake. That's kind of like what that movie felt like, because you're constantly like, being thrown all this exposition, all this fucking story, and you just kind of don't know what to do with it, and it just keeps ramping up and ramping up and ramping up like you're going on a roller coaster that just will not get to the top, and it just keeps going up and going up and going up, and my mind was very overwhelmed with all of that. So Venom 2, definitely, I wouldn't really necessarily recommend it. If you're a fan of Venom, I guess go see it like I am, but otherwise, you're not really going to miss out on much besides the post-credit scene. Now, I'm not going to really go deep into the post-credit scenes of this movie, but I will say that the second one did have me surprised. I did not expect that to be playing when we, of course, got this movie. So, overall, Spider-Man No Way Home. This is the best Spider-Man movie to date. There is a lot of great performances from the cast. A standout performance, I think, has to go to William Dafoe as the Green Goblin. I mean, his performance, honestly, I felt like really shined, as well as Alfred Molina playing Doc Ock. He was great. Both of them really, I think, stole the show for me personally. Tom Holland also did a phenomenal job as Spider-Man, as always. You know, it's pretty much everything that we've been known and accustomed to. We get delivered into this movie, as well as Jamie Foxx as Electro. If you guys like Jamie Foxx and what he brings to the table, then you guys are going to enjoy his acting and his performance here in this movie. Also, I really do have to emphasize that the villains really do carry this movie a lot for a very large chunk of the movie. And I honestly thought that it was going to be a gimmick, you know, kind of a little bit of some fan service, but it really wasn't. Like, there obviously is fan service in terms of bringing in all these old characters that we grew up with, but in terms of it being integral to the story plot line, like, it really was. You know, I thought that, you know, the story really wouldn't have to do with these villains coming back, that they were just kind of thrown in here because it's like, haha, this is the last movie of the Spider-Man trilogy. You know, let's go balls to the wall, like, with our cocks out, just fucking, woo, you know, bringing it home. But this was not that. It was pleasantly surprising how they all had a very, you know, important role in the story, moving along the storyline, and as the film progressed, you could really tell that these characters had an impact on the movie. So I was very, very pleasantly surprised. It was great. There's nothing more that I can say besides, if you haven't watched the movie yet, obviously it's only opening day. I saw it yesterday in the previews, but if you haven't seen it yet, you gotta go see it. This is, you know, a must-see movie. Even if you're not a Spider-Man fan, just to see good cinema. You know, as Tom Holland was talking about in all these, you know, interviews before the movie came out, how this is a culmination of cinema. It really is. You know, this is a cinematic experience that I truly would want all of you guys to experience as well. It is something that I believe is going to age like fine wine, and even 10 years down the line, this movie is still probably going to hold up and be one of the best Spider-Man movies that we've gotten in recent times. So I'm very, very pleased with this movie. I hope that you guys are too. Let me know what you guys thought about it. If you watched it, down in the comments below, please let me know. And without further ado, I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.